Just take a picture.
I'm taking this video.
Take a picture.
I'm taking this video.
County.
Oh, she is? Oh, she is?
Where is she?
What about Marcy?
Marcy is in Eastern Europe. There is a
I heard that, but I didn't know it was true.
yeah, it's the 70th anniversary of the invasion of Poland by Germany, and there are several. She's the author of the World War II Memorial Bill.
Oh, is she? Okay.
So it was her bill, and so they asked her if she would go and help commemorate the occasions. She left last week.
Okay. Yeah, somebody had commented that she was in Poland, and I thought maybe they were just joking or something.
No.
I didn't
The anniversary is September 1st,
okay.
that Germany invaded Poland during, which essentially sparked World War II. So that's coming up next week, and she'll be there for that.
All right, Steve. What the purpose of us is to present to you a little over 900 petitions that were gathered in the 9th Congressional District. And I just really want to read a couple of sentences on here that basically are the essence of what we want to communicate to you. I urge you, Marcy Kaptur, to publicly oppose President Obama's $1.5 trillion government health care takeover and rationing scheme on every vote, and oppose any other bill that would expand the government's role in health care. The free market is the most inexpensive and most efficient way to ensure American citizens get the health care they need. And I want to elaborate more on what I mean by the free market. That simply means we need to deregulate the medical cartel, licensing, regulations need to be eliminated. We need to break up basically the AMA so that it doesn't control admissions into colleges and restrict supply of doctors and medical practitioners. The insurance industry needs to be allowed to compete across state lines. They need to offer competing products just like the car insurance companies do that you see on television every day. The FDA needs to be broken up because it represents a cartel for the drug companies to restrict access and development, and it has proven to be a cost-inefficient organization. There's been much talk about tort reform. Obviously, that's an issue that needs to be addressed. I do not support the idea of caps as such, but arbitration panels of some type should be a part of such a reform. The right to sue for malpractice has to be preserved because it's an honorable free option in all cases. So these are some of the things that that can be done that amounts to healthcare reform. Other things, of course, are they mention health savings accounts, but that gets involved into tax issues, and there's pros and cons about that. I guess I would rather see the Internal Revenue Service eliminated, and then we wouldn't have to worry about whether or not we have
that problem.
whether or not we have tax-free savings accounts or not. But nevertheless, I certainly have had tax or health savings accounts, and they're a tremendous tool, and they work quite well. I guess in a nutshell, this country was founded on liberty. Entrepreneurial solutions are available through liberty and freedom, and there's certainly an uprising of desire for that, that particular push. And from our standpoint, in terms of 900 signatures that I have gathered in the 9th Congressional District, I basically am urging a no vote on the type of bills that are being proposed at the present time. I invite Marcy to join the Liberty bandwagon. If not, I would prefer to see her resign or expect a very angry electorate.
There you go. Well, thank you for that. Have you you gathered these public outings and things
Yeah.
within the county?
Primarily at the area county state fair. Or county
Oh,
fair.
sure.
Primarily there. There was a couple other.
Did you
events in the
have a
county.
chance to visit with Marcy while she was out there at the fair?
I didn't.
You
She
didn't
wasn't there to my knowledge.
Okay, yeah, she was.
Was she?
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned that she was ever there. So
Oh,
I was
yeah.
there every day. So
Well, she did all the county fairs this year. I
Did
think
she?
actually
Okay.
Lorraine. Let's see, which one's still coming up? I think Lorraine's still coming up, but she had the chance to do the others. We aren't sure if she'll be. I'm not
No,
sure.
I thought she was in Poland, so I didn't even.
No, she
I
just
didn't worry
left.
about it one way or the other. So
No, she just left.
That was
the
what I
other-
heard. So I thought, well, I will do. I will do my mission here by,
Well,
having my own meeting in front of 900 people de facto.
yeah, you made some good points, because I think that what many folks who've sort of taken the mantle on this have failed to do is offer alternatives, and the idea of doing nothing as the healthcare situation worsens isn't responsible either.
No,
So
nothing is not what I
made some-
intend.
Yeah,
When
right.
I say
No,
putting
so that's
market,
very
it's not
constructive.
nothing. There's
Yeah.
plenty that can be done.
And you've mentioned many things, so I made some notes of that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
And that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
I tried to hit the the high points, rather than to read you a treatise
Yeah, right.
as such. But
Yeah, and I think the other concern, I don't know if you had a chance to participate in one of her telephone town halls on the topic,
I
but
did not.
she opened that discussion with a significant list of concerns that people raise to her every day. She's been in office a number of years and has had an opportunity
28, I understand.
to hear from a lot of folks, about healthcare issues, and it runs the gamut all the way from people who don't have access to health insurance to get coverage, to people who don't have the means, if they did have access to health insurance, to people who have pre-existing. I just met with a gentleman this morning. His wife has MS, and he's had a hip replacement. He pays more for health insurance right now than most people make in a year. And so how do we sort of assist people in that situation? If there's a role for us to assist them, how do we do that? What's the best way to come about that?
Well, I will throw out the fact that Freedom will bring up charity institutions, because we have hospital foundations all over the place.
Right.
And
We also have
that's
freedom,
another.
so we have.
I know that too, but I mean that people
So
talk about that, and
yeah.
I also want to point out that you bring up an issue, I'll bring up a free market solution for you.
That's the beauty of this discussion.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
what I
all
wanted to
of
add.
these
Yeah.
options are coming out, and that you took time to gather all of these names and provide those thoughts to us. I very much appreciate it. I know Marcy will as well. May I ask you just to, did you sign in when you visited us?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you gave your address, so
I
we
did.
can get back to you. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good. Thank you so much.
Steve?
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
It's been very
Good meeting you.
All right. Pleasure.